All righty, folks, we're coming in on this Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. We got Packy sitting over here, and just like last year, the day after Thanksgiving, he's got a headache.
All that turkey, man.
Yeah, turkey.
That wild turkey.
Yeah, that's what it is. But anyway, hey, we got Chris Mathis in here, back to the man from the big stage, come back to his roots where it all started. How are you, brother?
Hey, that's absolutely right. I'm doing great. How are you, Steven?
I'm glad you ain't forgot about us little fellas.
Yeah, thanks for remembering us.
Yeah.
Dude, I tune in every day.
Yeah.
I tune in every single morning. And, of course, as you guys know, I still do the Mountain Scoreboard 735. So I'm having fun with that. And there's still one high school football team still alive in the playoffs tonight. That's the Andrews Wildcats. They're 13-0, man. They're legit. So I'm hoping that they win tonight, and that way we can talk about it on Monday morning.
Oh, there you go.
Hear that?
He's got it, man.
He tunes in every day,
That's
man.
why we're still here. We ain't got that lingo.
He tunes in every day to get his. That's where he does his show prep.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he gets psyched up.
Yeah, I bet he does. Yeah.
No, really. I mean, I enjoy it. You guys do a good job talking about the local community, too. And with me being in Tampa, I like to keep up with you guys and
Right.
keep up with the area as well. And the show's funny. So I can't complain. I love
Funny
listening to
ha-ha.
it.
Funny
Yeah.
ha-ha. Anyway,
Yeah.
but we got
You
Sam,
paid me to say that there, Steve.
we got Sam Sorbo coming on. Tickled to death about that, and she is. If you want to know anything about homeschool and all that kind of stuff, her and Kevin, her husband, both man, they're involved heavily in Christian movies. She's a podcast, you name it, she's got it going on. But she said she'd come on this morning, so glad to have her back. And anyway, in 2002, I thought this is pretty cool because you don't hear these songs on the radio much anymore at all. Randy Travis released 3 Wooden Crosses. Remember that? You had 3 wooden about the bus wreck, you know? And,
No, I can't say I do.
man, that was a good song. Good song. Yep, #1 single. He had so that would be what, 16? I think at the time that made number 16, #1s.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
2002. Yep.
Yep. And in 2003, of course, the late Glenn Campbell was arrested in Phoenix, Arizona with a blood alcohol level of .20. That's
What?
.20.
Lightweight.
After his BMW, which kind of broke my heart because, you know, he's a cowboy. You wouldn't think a cowboy would be driving like a
Good point.
Chevrolet truck or something. But anyway, after his BMW struck a Toyota Camry, which kind of broke my heart, I figured if you at least he could run over something besides a Camry.
Oh, man.
He was charged with extreme drunk driving. I didn't know they had levels of drunk driving. I thought it was just drunk driving, but they extreme drunk driving and hit and run and assaulting a police officer. And this is pretty cool. The police officer reported that while in custody, Glenn Campbell hummed his hit "Rhinestone Cowboy."
Wow. Glenn Campbell is also the Southern Nights, right?
Yeah.
Southern Nights.
Sing it, baby, sing it.
I don't know all the lyrics, but what, man?
Yeah.
Come on.
At least he still remembered the tune. He probably couldn't remember the words. That's why he was humming it, you know. But anyway, he's passed on. Bless his heart. But I thought that was pretty funny little. Of course, I guess back in the day, everybody's like, "Holy smoke!" .20. That's extreme drunk driving.
Yeah, no, there's levels to that stuff, man.
I didn't know that. I had no idea. I did not know that. But now you do. Now you know. On the famous side of things, I don't know who. Do you know any of these cats on here? Christina Applegate. Well, she's a TV actress, right? That's what it says.
I thought she was also a musician too.
I may be.
Oh, she was an Anchorman.
Anchorman.
She was his girlfriend.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
I got all these TikTok stars. Packy, you'll probably have to do that because you're the TikToker dude. here.
Not anymore, man.
Oh, you
Not anymore.
dumped it because
Dumped
the Chinese was infiltrating your.
Yeah, they want to know a lot about my life.
Yeah.
I'm honestly, I'm sure. Kevin Chamberlain, 58, TV actor. Oh, he was from Disney Channel. I know of this guy. He was on a couple of Disney shows as I grew up.
Oh, I liked him. Yeah, he was.
That's about
had
it.
that weird eye. Remember, his eye was kind of weird. Hey, John F. Kennedy Jr. today would have been his birthday, and you know they actually speculated that not Nancy Pelosi, but oh Lord of mercy, what's the guy the president that was in the blue dress? What's his name?
Clinton.
Clinton. Yeah, they think Clinton took him out. That's honestly what I've heard. That's speculation. Or they call that when it's not speculation, but
Assumption?
no, it's
Misinformation.
conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
There you go. Uh-oh, Amy Grant, 61 years old today. Amy Grant, 61 years old today. That's that would be Gary Chapman's ex-wife.
So,
Or who'd she marry? What's that dude's name?
Vince Gill.
Vince Gill's wife. Hey, Joe DiMaggio. How do you say that? DiMaggio? Ain't that
DiMaggio? Yeah,
Yeah.
Joe DiMaggio.
You got to interview him any?
No. I think he's passed by now, right?
Yeah, he passed 99, but I didn't know. You never know.
Yeah, no, you do never know.
We got.
I got to meet
Sherry,
Ric Flair.
yeah. Oh, did you do Rick?
He
Yeah,
came in
that's
his-
right. You did
Yeah,
Ric
that was
Flair.
pretty cool. That was
Yeah.
pretty neat.
Yeah, that's cool.
Good guy. Woo! He let you know he was there too. Oh, you knew. I'm like, man, how many
love
times
it.
do you get paid to do that, man?
Yeah. Yep.
Today in 1783, Britain evacuates New York City. That's its last military position in the United States. And appropriately, today, United States plays England, 2 p.m. in the World Cup.
Oh, he's all excited about that. I'm glad they didn't win because we'd be talking all funny now. If we were
Well,
over
they
here.
haven't been doing that good, probably because they weren't allowed to wear their rainbow flags.
I don't know, but we'd be over here. We would be talking like this right here if they won. You know what
So-
I'm saying? You're welcome. You're welcome giving. You're welcome giving day. That's what
Oh,
today is.
okay, I like that.
I guess. National
You're
Native
welcome
American Heritage Day. National Flossing Day. Y'all need to floss.
I need to get behind that.
Yeah, you need to get behind that.
I need to get behind that for sure.
Yep. Day of listings. Y'all need to listen to that. Buy Nothing Day. That's not right because today's Black Friday.
Well, you know what? Oh, that's true. But I'm
Yep.
with my parents this week and my
Yep.
family. They're gonna take. Hopefully, they take care of me, so I don't have to buy anything this week.
Oh, they heard that. You're out.
Oh, they're tuned in for sure.
Yeah, they're out. You're out. They ain't gonna buy you nothing. But anyway, yeah, Black Friday. I wonder how many people got up at like 2:00 in the morning and went shopping.
Too many.
I got like 6 DVD players, man. I didn't
You know,
need
you
'em,
think
but
about
they're on
that
sale.
though. You know, over the years, they've been people. I remember when they had a stampede at Walmart at the DVD display, and like somebody got trampled to death over a DVD player.
It's unreal, man.
You can't even give them away now. You know what
It's
I'm saying?
unreal.
Yeah, but anyway. Hey, let's jump to a break. See if we can get Sam Sorbo on here. We need to talk to her and see what she's got going on for all you folks out there looking for alternative, all the crazy stuff going on in the world today with schooling, man. They want to do teach them about sex when they're 3 years old and third grade and all that nonsense. What happened to ABCs and 1, 2, 3s? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know.
Crazy world.
Sad stuff.
Anyway, day is Friday. What is Friday? Sears Hometown Store, Blairsville. Go by and check them out. Hey, day's Black Friday. I guarantee you they got some super, super duper sales over there. So get over there and get them before we do. All righty, folks, we're back with you. Excited to know it. Y'all need to go to samsorbo.com. You can read all the stuff that's going on, books, you name it. She's got it, TV, podcast, TV. You know, I mean, the list just keeps going on and on and on. Actually, I was reading, I'm a TikToker now, and I was reading, she's actually changing her name to Sam Homeschool Your Kids Sorbo. But we have her on with us today. Good morning, young lady. How are you?
Good morning. It's great to be here with you. It's good to see you.
I guarantee you
Happy Thanksgiving.
Golly, we're trying to recuperate from all the turkey.
Thanksgiving is my very favorite holiday. And the reason is this, because it sort of puts everybody in the position of giving thanks. To who? Who would that be?
Golly, the good Lord above. That's where we're at. I guarantee you that's right. But golly, y'all do so much. I mean, you and your husband both do so much, and it's great. I mean, with all of the movies and stuff that y'all are doing, and the education freedom advocate, that's what you are. And which we're in a weird place with education right now, and especially in the bigger cities with all that going on. So tell the folks out there listening kind of where you're at and what you're doing.
Well, first of all, I want to mention my shirt. Can you see my shirt?
Oh, yeah.
Freedom matters. That's why we do what we do. Right. And by the way, this is our new line of merchandise. So you can go to freedommatters.store. The stuff is really great. My favorite thing is the camouflage zip up hoodie because it's super comfortable.
Right.
And I just love this logo. Freedom matters, and because freedom does matter. And so you ask about our education system, and let me just disabuse you of one notion. It is not a system of education.
There you go.
It is a system of uneducation or de-education or anti-education or non-education. It's a deterrent to education. And that's why when kids leave school finally after 12 years, they're like, ugh, if I never have to crack another book again, because for 12 years they've been taught how difficult education is, how awful it is, how much of a struggle it is, and how they don't know anything.
I'm with
and
you on
that. that's the opposite of education. So what I've done is I've created the underground education playbook for home learning. And I walk parents through what we really mean by education. People, if you ask people sort of generally, what do we mean by education? They would say, well, school, the 3 R's, right? What are the 3 R's? Reading, writing, and arithmetic. Are they 3 R's? No. So that's a lie.
Well, I mean, I never thought about that, but my grandmother was a visiting school teacher, and man, she was all about it. You know, she's like, I mean, and she was hardcore. I mean, she really was. And why I slipped through, I don't know. But she said by the 3rd grade, all kids should be able to, add, subtract, and read and write, and you can teach them anything. Then, if they can't do that, you can't teach them nothing.
Well, and the other thing is they can teach themselves, right? Once you know how to read, this is why the slave owners didn't want slaves to learn how to read, because then they could learn stuff.
Right.
And they didn't want them learning stuff. And so that's what we have in our schools today. In the state of Oregon, the governor signed a law that said you don't have to know how to read or do math to graduate high school. So that is no longer education. And then I have to put to you, like, if this is where our quote unquote education system is today,
right?
Where was it 20 years ago that this is passing today for what what stands for? See, what I'm saying is it's been off the rails for a very long time. We didn't notice. Why? Because they told us they knew what they were doing. They literally had us captive for 12 years, indoctrinating us to think that they know what they're doing and that what they're doing is education. And that's wrong. And so it's very hard for us to distance ourselves from this understanding of, well, school is the right way. I was on an interview yesterday and the gal was like, so, she became really kind of disheartened. She's like, I don't hear a positive message in here. I don't know what to do with this. And I said, that's because you think that sending your children to public school, but talking to them about what happens during their day is enough to mitigate all the damage that's done in our public schools. And I'm sorry, you're looking to me to say, to pat you on the back and to say, you know what? You're probably doing enough. Just having that conversation and being involved. You're probably doing enough. But I can't do that because what's happening in our schools today is abuse. It's child abuse. And in fact, we've all been abused by the system. That's why we're so incapable of impeaching it on a firm foundation.
But you know,
for what it's trying to do. We're so incapable of like looking at it and saying, "Oh my goodness, what are they trying to get away with?" That's just wholly wrong. I'm not even going to entertain that. We're still entertaining it. We're still saying, "Well, maybe we can fix the schools." Ladies and gentlemen, schools aren't broken. They're doing exactly what they were intended to do.
right.
And you're the rube that thinks that somehow they're not accomplishing their goals.
But you know, with all this woke stuff going on, where they're bringing all this transgender stuff into the school system and all that, it has no place. I mean, that has no place in education. I mean, that actually opened up a lot of folks' eyes at what's going on in the school system today. Some of the stuff that they're bringing into it. I mean, there's no way. I mean, I don't want that brought to my kids, and I don't think anybody I know don't. I mean, they'd be
That's right.
yeah. And then
That's
and then
child
they
abuse.
say you're a
It's-
domestic
but here's the
terrorist
thing.
for saying anything.
So we can say that's child abuse, but what happened 20 years ago wasn't. And 20 years ago, what happened was they convinced people that this wouldn't be child abuse.
Mm-hmm.
You see? And so that's why so many people are still on board. Yeah, absolutely. Teach children about sexuality when they're in second grade. Let's get out that lubricant. Let's talk about dildos for second graders. No, that's child abuse.
I
It
agree.
used to be that we protected children,
Mm-hmm.
but now we've been so abused by the system. We think that and I'm using this big we because half the country thinks this is perfectly fine,
Mhm.
right?
Where does that
That's
come
the
from?
problem with the system.
Yeah.
You escaped it because why? Because you got the good book.
Mm-hmm. Right, I'm with that.
Right?
And I live in a small town, which a lot of the teachers they go to church on Sunday, which makes a big difference. There's no doubt.
It does make a big difference.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, they also went to teacher colleges.
Right. Well, I guess you got a point there. But now
So I'm just saying, like, I can't sign off on that. I wish I could. I can't. I love teachers. I think teachers are, by and large, they're trying to do good works in a perverted system. It's a perversion, this system that we have.
Well, now you have got
But-
an alternative to this. Folks that's at home and they're sick and tired of this, you have got a program that they can you talk a little bit about what you've got?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I do what I do, right? Because I offer the solution. And what's amazing to me is the solution is so much better than what now constitutes the problem.
Mhm.
So people are looking to replace the schools. Well, it's like the schools are the drug dealer.
Right.
And the drug dealer has convinced you that you need the drug. And I'm trying to tell you, get off the crack cocaine. But you're saying to me, but cocaine's so good.
Right.
Like, okay, it's bad a little bit because, yeah, the pornography in the schools and stuff like that. But other than that, the drug's really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to tell you, no, once you get off the drug, life is so much better.
Oh, yeah.
When you bring your children home and you take on this incredible role of being the educator, not the schoolmaster. That's why I don't call it homeschooling. It's not school at home because school is bad.
Mm-hmm.
That whole thing is bad. And I'll tell you, if you don't mind getting a little bit deep with me.
I don't care. Lord of mercy, honey. Let's roll. If you drive it, I'll
Let's
ride
roll.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So years ago, they took the Bible out of schools, right?
Yep.
How'd they do that? They said to us, hey, no Bible. This isn't indoctrination. This is only academics. All we're doing is putting information in the brains of little people. It's all about the information. It's only academic. And we said, well, they're the educators. They should know. So I guess they're right. Okay. Fast forward 50, 60 years. Here we are. And they're saying, in fact, no, it's not about academics anymore. You don't have to know how to read or do math to graduate high school in the state of Oregon. That's not what, and by the way, New Jersey's just as bad. Like they're all just as bad.
Right.
Okay. That's not education. Education is actually indoctrination.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're standing on the sidelines going, how dare you indoctrinate my child? Which is true because they have the false doctrine.
Mm-hmm.
The doctrine of sex, all the sex you want all the time. The doctrine of there are no consequences, which we know is ridiculous. The doctrine of you don't have to sacrifice anything. Sacrifice is evil. The doctrine of your highest value is college prep and career readiness, which means you're only as good as the money that you make,
Right.
right? That's all false doctrine. We've been indoctrinating. They never stopped indoctrinating. They said, take your doctrine out of the schools, and they installed theirs.
Right.
Okay. And so now we're saying, wait a minute, we disagree with your doctrine. Well, guess what? The way that they impart their doctrine is also evil because their doctrine is evil.
Right.
Take your kids out of the evil and start imparting to them the true doctrine, the good word, right?
Right.
And yeah, put some academics in that. But the doctrine is so much bigger than the academics, and it always was. We're the rubes who believed them when they said education is only about academics. That's not true. Education is about the whole child. Education is about raising the parents of your grandchildren. Okay. You're not raising children, you're raising up the parents of your grandchildren. Have those conversations with them. Talk to them about virtue. Why don't we lie, children?
Right.
We don't lie because we know that we're lying. That's a betrayal of self.
Right.
It's also a betrayal of God, but right. So there are ways to talk to children to help them become full human beings, strong young men and women, right? Instead of this false doctrine that they are, that they are racist, right? That's being taught in schools.
Absolutely.
That there's no escape to their racism. They're either an oppressor. This is critical race theory, CRT. They're either an oppressor or they're oppressed. They're a victim, right? Who in their right mind thinks that you should teach a child that he or she is a victim? Full stop. No, I mean,
That's where
crazy
we're at.
people,
That's where we're
but
at.
that's where we're at.
Yes, sad.
And
It's
so
sad.
this playbook, this is a workbook actually for the parents. It lives online. It's 15 videos. Each video is between 30 and 45 minutes. And you go through the workbook and you fill in the blanks. You can see there's lots of blank pages. And what you do is you relearn how to think about education,
Right.
which empowers you. And I'm getting the most amazing reviews of parents who are going through this and saying, "Oh my gosh, I never thought about it this way before. I feel more courageous." Why don't we feel courageous? Why do we feel like we can't educate our children?
Well-
I'll tell you why. They taught us to feel that way.
Right.
They built in job security. Don't try this at home.
You can't build that. I like that job security business. SamSorbo.com. Go. She's got all the information. You can get all this stuff here. And I want to put that out there. We're talking to her. And like I said, she knows what's going on. There's no doubt we've had her on before.
I should mention just in time for Christmas, I put together a bundle. I call it my education bundle.
Right.
And it has a number of my books at a discounted price.
There you go.
And if you go and get that, you get the opportunity to join the Academy, which has all the videos for half price. So if you go to sorbostudios.com, you'll see all of that there. We also have other bundles ready for Christmas for people who like family-friendly movies and people who love my husband like I do.
There
Or
you
maybe
go.
not in quite the same way as I do, but close enough.
There you go. I'm gonna tell you, since Musk has took over Twitter, we've been pretty heavy watching Twitter, and I'm gonna tell you, we keep up with your husband on Twitter. He's got some funny stuff he puts out there, no doubt.
Oh, he's got a harsh tongue.
That's okay. We're all with him. I'll guarantee you.
He has fun.
Yeah.
Well, you see, I changed my name too. I think he changed his name, but I can't remember what he changed it to.
Right.
But when people start changing their names, it's like, okay, fine.
Right.
Homeschool your kids.
There you go. I'm gonna tell you though, I follow you a lot and all that's going on with this, and you're definitely passionate about this, and I think this is a good thing, and especially having a solution to the problem that people don't realize. And with all the stuff that's going on right now in the school system, it's just it's just mind blowing to me that I never thought as a kid I'd ever end up where we're at today. I mean, with the society that we're in.
No.
And I think it's because, I think it's two reasons. I think people get away from God. I think they're trying to make that joke. And I think they're trying to tear the families down, which is the most important thing out there, I think, is the family and God. I really do. And I think that's what.
Well, then think about this. The schools have stolen the family
Right.
from our culture, right? They separate the child from the parent. They take the parent away from the child. They get between the parent and the child. And by the way, the Bible's pretty clear on this.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
nowhere in the Bible that says, make sure your child goes to a good school. In fact, the onus is on the parent. Now, here's what's the really great news. When you start walking down this road of you being the responsible party for the education of your child, you get empowered. That's what I try to do, right? Is empower parents.
Right.
But as you go farther down that road, you realize, oh my gosh, it's actually not rocket science. And the relationship that I have with my children is so much better that you start to get a little bit angry
Right.
that the schools so willfully wanted to steal that from you.
Mm-hmm.
And that you were such an idiot that you thought that you could sacrifice that and not feel a thing. And the fact is, we don't know what we're sacrificing. When we drop our kids off at the school door, we have no concept because we're just going by rote. We're just doing what we were taught to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
You drop your child off. You're telling that child, hey, I don't know. They know.
Yeah.
They know better than I do.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, what does that do to your sort of status in the eyes of the child?
Mm-hmm.
You've just undermined your authority in the home. But also, if the school ever contradicts you and says, no, you don't have to wait till marriage to have sex, who wins that argument?
Well, you're right
You've
about
already conceded the argument to the school. You've already told the child, the school knows better than I do.
Mm-hmm.
So when you take that back, and by the way, it's never too late. Pull your kids out of school today. Pull them out. Like, they don't go back to school on Monday, please. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Get right with the state. Every state has different laws, but you pull your kids out of school. You just say, oh no, they're sick. And then you figure it out with the state later. Get your kids out of school and start this process of rebuilding your relationship with your children, because look, we know this.
Mm-hmm.
We're not idiots. We know that the most important things in life are family and our relationships.
Yeah.
That they've been what's the word I'm looking for? They've been injured
Mm-hmm.
by the relationship that the school has to the family. They've been injured. We've injured ourselves.
Sam,
But there's a way out. There's an easy way out because there's redemption.
there you go.
And we know this. There is redemption, right?
Yep, absolutely. Sweet lady, we have got to get to a break, but I so much appreciate you coming on and sharing a little time with the listeners out here. SamSorbo.com, that pretty much can lead them to everything. And then you've got the shirt. What is the website where they can go get the
Freedom Matters Store. FreedomMatters.store.
Easy enough. Girl, thank you so much. Keep up the good
Thanks
work.
for having me.
Yeah, if you
Always a pleasure.
come back. We'll talk to you next time, okay? All right, folks, y'all go to samsorbo.com, no doubt about it. And she has got so much going on, and her husband both work hard with the Christian movies and all the stuff's going on. And like I said, we could talk to her for hours. There's no doubt about it because she's got so much information. But we just got a short amount of time, and we got a big famous guy in here with us. We got to get to him. So anyway, Sears Hometown Store of Blairsville, go check them out. We appreciate them bringing the show this Black Friday. So you need to get over and get that before it's all gone. We'll be right back.
(603-3036).
General Supply in Blairsville is your source for farm, feed, seed, propane tank refills, and garden supplies in the 5-county area. And you do not want to miss the huge sale going on now. All clothing in the entire store is 20% or more off, and 10% off everything else in the entire gift shop except food. 20-pound barbecue propane tank refills are only $14.95 every day. Plants are on sale too. Step back in time where old-fashioned service is our motto at General Supply, 764 Gainesville Highway in Blairsville, 706-363-1000.
Power outages can occur during bad weather. At Blue Ridge Mountain EMC, we want our members to have an easy way to communicate outages to us. That's why we've added an outage texting service. It's simple to use to report an outage. But not only that, you can receive updates through the texting service too. Many of our members were automatically enrolled in the service if your cell number was on file with your account. If you're not sure if you've been enrolled, call Blue Ridge Mountain EMC at 706-379-3121.
Imagine the scene. It's a snowy night at home. You're getting ready for bed and, yep, your septic tank is full. Oh. Guess what? The septic trucks don't do too well on the mountain roads and hollers when there's snow on the ground. So if you don't want to use your chimney for something, other than smoke, call Cherokee Septic for a septic cleaning now. That's 828-644-9385 or CherokeeSepticInc.com. CherokeeSepticInc.com. Outdoor plumbing is no fun this time of year, so call Cherokee Septic before nature calls.
Additional discounts taken. Now's the time to save during Carolina Furniture and Mattresses' massive store closing liquidation. They're closing their doors forever. Additional discounts have been taken. Hurry, you can't afford to miss these savings at Carolina Furniture and Mattress in Hayesville.
The Morning Dish.
Today's Morning Dish is delivered by your hometown Sears store in Blairsville. There's always a friends and family sales event on the horizon, and Sears Blairsville loves rolling out the discounts on lawnmowers, refrigerators, and washing machines, not to mention sponsoring the Morning Dish.
All righty, folks, we're back in here with you. Go to samsorbo.com, follow all that stuff right there. We got Chris Mathis in here, and, you know, he started out here, then he moved on to bigger and better things. Down in the big sunny state of Florida.
I'm living in Tampa. But to be fair, I also still have the scoreboard show here too. So I still have my hand in here locally. And
here's something I'm gonna try. I'm gonna throw this at you. Okay, I'm gonna throw this at you. I don't get the lingo. I mean, you're like the sports guy, and y'all got these sports people. Y'all got all this lingo y'all do, and it just throws me off. I mean, it's absolutely so. Okay, here's this. We're gonna set up the scenario. Am I saying that right?
Set it up. Yep. Set up the scenario.
Packy's a coach, and he just had a football game Friday night, and his team got beat bad. Okay, he got beat bad, like 2-25 or something. Okay,
so like 28-7.
Okay, 28-7, and so you're going to interview him about you're just going to kind of just give him a quick question about the game and kind of what happened. So, okay, you ready? Are you ready? You got it in your mind. Okay, you ready, Packy? Now, you're the coach. You got to be the coach.
Okay, I'll act sad.
Okay.
Hey, Chris.
Are you ready?
Your dad.
Let's
Like,
get this over with.
All right, so ask him a question.
Yeah, just interview. Just say, okay, welcome. We got.
Yeah. All right, Chris Mathis alongside Paggy Smith, head coach of the Admirals that just fell short 28-7. Coach, obviously, you've had time to look over the film. What stuck out to you on film on Friday night, and why'd you guys lose that game ultimately?
He's pretty good, isn't he?
I'm
Look at
telling
that,
you,
man.
just off the bat.
Off the fly.
Yeah. See, I mean, he's got, but like me, I'll be, okay, I'm going to do it. Can I do it?
Yeah, you do it.
What's his name? What's it, Admirals?
We'll do the Admirals, yeah.
All right, this is Stephen Phillips, and we got Packy here, the coach of the Admirals, and he got the crap beat out of him Friday night. Your team sucks, man. What's the deal with
Chris
that?
wins.
Well, see, that's
Basically,
hilarious.
we said the same thing.
Yeah, no, you're right. I just said it nicer and in a way that he'll talk to me next week, win, lose, or draw.
Yeah.
He's not talking to you next week. He's out, man.
Man.
So,
This is Stephen Phillips, and I'm here with Packy with the Admiral. How do you even have a job still? Like, they ought to fire you.
But you made it sound so smooth.
well, I mean, I've been doing the sports side of things. I've had the scoreboard show for 4 years now.
Right.
And then now I go talk to NFL players in the locker room. So I go into the locker room after every Bucs game in Tampa when they play at home. I go talk to any and every player I see if I want to. Tom Brady was the one that made me nervous. I never get nervous because, again, I've talked to coaches like Coach Corey Garrett here, Coach Jason Rockmore, Coach Michael Perry here for years, in our listening area here.
Right.
And then I go down there, and then there was just something different about Tom Brady knowing the greatest player in football ever is standing right in front of me. And so I was overthinking my question, and I could just feel my face turn red, and I'm like, oh, this is not going to go good. But that game, he eclipsed 100,000 career passing yards. First quarterback to ever do that, and I would put money that he'll be the last to ever do that. So I asked him the question. I was like, hey, how did it feel to get the win and eclipse 100,000 yards? And he said, it's all about the win, man. It's all about the win, man. I never cared about that. All about the win. And then the next day I wake up, and Brady Brand, his clothing company, used my question and his answer in their promo video for their new clothing line. And I'm like, what in the world, man? So I tweeted him, hey, can you send me a...
Did they give you permission? Because you
They
could
did
call
not.
Daniel Duello.
Daniel Duello, he'll take care of that.
Danny, okay. All right, I'll have to write that name down. So, yeah, I wish I would have got like a Brady Brand T-shirt or something out of it, but it was really cool.
Oh,
Really
yeah,
nice.
At
that's
least they can
awesome.
send you a shirt.
But have
Man.
you text him and you ask if he'd send you some money or something? Or?
That's, I don't have Brady's number, man.
No.
No.
Here, I got it. You want it?
Yeah, you got Brady's number? Is it Emily's?
That is so funny.
Yeah, so, no,
That
I
is
mean,
great, man,
Yeah, it's been
honestly.
really cool.
Yeah.
It's been really cool. And
Yeah.
I owe a lot of thanks here to the opportunity I've had here and continue to have here, and all the support, too, along the way. And, you know, it's been so much fun. I
You had
can't
a
really.
great mentor teaching you how to do everything.
I
Well, I
did.
taught him
Nope,
what
I sure
not
did.
to do. He's like, I'm not doing what he did.
Yeah, I've never been kicked off TikTok. I haven't been kicked off Facebook or Twitter yet, but
Oh, you wimp.
yeah, but Packy for sure. I mean, everybody that's listening right now has also played a part into it too, because I still have a lot of feedback on my show,
But
and
especially Packy.
especially
Yeah,
Packy.
yeah.
You know,
Especially Pat.
he's not just a button masher.
Yeah, that's
He
one
does
of
a
the
lot.
things that we didn't. You know, we're sitting there talking about this in the radio station, and Packy's he was feeling bad, but now he's like the king of the hill because I reckon they got like 6 or 8 people down there running the station.
They've got a lot of engineers down there.
So
And
it
we
takes
got
like
Packy.
6 people to do my job. And I can watch the World Cup while I do it. Which is
Yeah.
one sport that I found I do know more about than Chris
Oh,
Mathis.
100%. And I will say I have been doing Packy, be proud. Down there, a lot of people say 1-0. I've been saying 1-0. You know, I'm trying to push
Hey,
that.
there
See
you
that
go. You got that
terminology,
lingo
1-0.
Terminal. That's the thing. If you get the lingo, you can do anything.
Yeah, and even though they don't really watch football, I say nil, and people are like, okay, he's got a little. I got more respect for him now.
No, he knows what he's talking about.
Nil. You gotta listen to that guy.
But it
Yeah, you
is.
was
I
right,
mean,
yeah.
honestly, that's the truth. I mean, if you got the lingo and you act like you know what you're doing, people's like, "Hey, man."
It's like all you got to do if you ever want to walk, like, get into a restricted area, put a lab coat on, and have a clipboard.
Yeah.
Go anywhere you want.
You're right. I didn't think about that. Do you have
Fake
a
it
lab
till you
coat?
make it, man.
Do you have a lab coat?
No, I don't. Nope.
Now you're in Tampa. You're the voice of the Buccaneers, right?
No. Okay, so ultimately, that I heard the show. I was listening to the Dish last week. I think it was Monday or Tuesday, and you guys said that, and I was like, man, I'm glad people might think that, but no, I'm the producer of the afternoon drive show, the Ronnie and T Crash show, from 3 to 7 every day. We talk sports, Tampa Bay area, and of course nationally too. We talk collegiate, pro football, baseball, hockey, the whole 9 yards. And then I also, for WDAE, iHeartMedia Tampa Bay 953, the sports station in Tampa, I'm also a reporter for the Buccaneers. So after every Bucs home game and every Bucs game, I'm up in the press box. Every Bucs game, I write up a post-game article on the
Right.
game, what I saw. Then afterward, I go down into the press conference room. I do my interviews with the players. And then I go into the locker room, get more interviews with players, kickers, punters. I could even interview you, Stephen Phillips. If you were in that player's locker room, I could interview about whatever I wanted to.
Yeah, I can hear you now, Steven. What
yeah.
the heck you doing?
Yeah,
in
what are you
here?
doing, man? How'd they let you in here, man? You bring a lab coat and a clipboard or what? But, yeah, so I do that, and so I'm reporting for the Buccaneers, but I'm not the voice of the Buccaneers. That's Gene Deckeroff now. Ultimately, since I was 12, and that's the reason why I ever got into sports broadcasting,
Right.
is I do and have wanted to be the voice of the Bucs since I was 12 years old, which is why I started calling games at the Union County Rec Department
Right.
in 2014. So going on, 8-9 years now, and that's always been the back of my mind. My goal: be the voice of the Bucs, be the voice of the Bucs. So even if it takes me 30, 40 years, I don't care. I just want the shot. You know,
Do
I
you
don't care.
You ever report anything like a women's mud wrestler or anything good like that?
No, and that's a thing that I've heard about on the Morning Dish for years. And Steven, obviously you've been promoting that for years
Yeah,
now, but I
big
haven't
fan.
seen any of that.
Big fan.
But if you ever throw like a shindig at your house or whatnot, let me know.
All right. I'm all
I'll
about that.
honk as I drive by, and I might do some interviews.
There
know?
you go.
I know nothing about mud wrestling, but I
Well,
think I could throw it
I'm
together.
gonna tell you,
so.
man, we're picking on you a little bit, but we're proud of you. I'll never forget the first time you come in the station. Packy's
either,
like,
man.
dude,
You
he ain't
scared
gonna
me.
make it.
Oh, really?
Tell them about the time you asked if you could go to the bathroom.
Okay, so all right.
He's fresh out of high school.
Here's
He
the
comes in.
backstory. Packy tells me, hey, man, Steven's going to pull your leg a little bit. And I'm like, okay. So you come in, you're like, hey, man, what's your name? I said, I'm Chris Mathis. And you're like, you trying to take my job? And I'm like, oh, no. He's like, oh, no, I'm just here to get some hours, man. I want some experience. And I didn't really know how it worked, in terms of if I was allowed to go outside to my car and go to the bath. I didn't know, so I think probably it was like my first week. I think I walked into Packy's office and I was like, hey man, can I use the bathroom, man? And Packy just looked at me like, who in the heck are you talking to, man?
I told you no. I said, you got to wait.
Yeah.
I said, is it time yet?
Yeah, I believed it too. And then I said, can I go out to my car to grab something? And he's like, I don't know, man. And I'm like, oh man, what did I do? What did I sign up
I said,
for?
I don't know. It's not 2:30 yet.
Yeah,
It's time for
so-
your break.
No, and he's convincing too, so it worked.
Yeah, it worked good.
But here we are, I guess 5 years later, and I figured out I can go to the bathroom when I'm inside the WJRB, WJUL studio. So I'm good. Yeah.
And go to your car.
And go to the car.
Oh, well, we got to get to one more break, folks, before we ended up. Chris, we're glad you're here, man. No doubt about it.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to be here, man.
Yep,
You guys are awesome.
Hey, y'all go by and check out Sears Hometown Store of Blairsville. I'm telling you, they got prepared for this Black Friday. I'm sure there's plenty things over there. So get over and get it before they're gone, because it's the big sale's going on. And Sears Hometown Store, if you spend money at Sears Hometown Store, it stays at your hometown, which is a good thing. So go by, check them out. We'll be right back.
Sarah the Sears shopper from Suches is wise when it comes to protection agreements on appliances. But when one of her ex-husbands broke her stove while he was fixing the ice cube maker,
I knew I needed a little extra protection.
Sears Blairsville offers 5-year protection agreements on all their new products, which means protection against DIY husbands.
You mean ex-husbands.
Looking for a better experience? Go see the Sears team or call 706-745-6600.
Because Sears Blairsville is better than the competition.
Hideaway Lake Chattoog offers delicious scratch-made meals and handcrafted cocktails in a relaxing mountain view setting. Enjoy happy hour Monday through Friday from open until 6 p.m. Follow Hideaway Lake Chattoog on social media to stay up to date on specials like Margarita Tuesday, Thirsty Thursday, and $1 Wing Wednesday and karaoke. Hideaway Lake Chattoog opens at 3 p.m. Monday through Friday and 11 to 11 on Saturday. Hideaway Lake Chattoog, 3915 Highway 76, Young Harris. HideawayChattoog.com.
If you owed the IRS $1.4 million and settled for $26,000, would you be happy with that? Exactly. Well, that's the current batting average at North Georgia Tax Solutions in Blairsville. Debbie did it, and if you've got a tax debt with the IRS, she continues to do it for her clients. Call Debbie Snelling at North Georgia Tax Solutions. Whether it's hundreds or millions of dollars, call 706-745-3856 in Blairsville.
Blairsville restaurant Grits and Greens is going to rock the block with our ultimate block party on December 3rd from 7 to 9 p.m. Join us at 40 Ernest Street for axe throwing, live music from Rusted Melody, cornhole, hamburgers and hot dogs, s'mores, face painting. This will be a fun event for the whole family. Kids will love jumping in the bouncy house and sipping on hot chocolate. So come rock the block with our ultimate block party at Blairsville restaurant Grits and Greens, December 3rd from 7 to 9 p.m.
Life is what happens after we've made plans. I'm Kevin Tharp, elder law and estate planning attorney. You never know when a major life event will change the most carefully mapped out plans. I have more than 30 years of professional and personal experience to answer these questions and face these challenges. I can help you, not just with legal documents, but also the time-tested legal principles that will prepare you for whatever happens. Log on to kevintharp.com for your complimentary consultation.
Hi, this is Casey Kasem. We've been counting down the hits together since the days of Psychedelic Light, Speed Racer, and Scooby-Doo. And this radio station thought it might be a lot of fun to do it again by rebroadcasting some of our original AT40 countdowns from the 1970s. That's right. I hope you can join me this weekend when I recount the hits from 40 to number 1, just the way I did back then.
The voice of Casey lives on Saturday mornings at 8 and Sunday nights at 8 on Lake 97.7.
The Morning Dish. The Friday Morning Dish is delivered proudly by your hometown Sears store in Blairsville, the home of Craftsman and Kenmore brands. Sears Blairsville has your next appliance or yard purchase covered.
All righty, folks, we're back with you right here on this Friday. I want to talk about this just a second before we get any further. Y'all need to listen up at the Hiwassee Antique Mall today. We have got Gary Pender, I think is his name, but anyway, he is going to be there. He's a historical guy. He knows all about history in the area and this, that, and the other. But he's going to be up there at 9:30, be talking about all the stuff. I mean, it goes back to the Native Americans culture, actually talking about the way life was in the Civil War and all the stuff that went on. I mean, this guy knows a lot of in-depth stuff. I look at like the French and Indian War. He talked about that, American Revolution War, and he is just a historian. He has been all over TV and everywhere else you can think of, and he is going to be at the Hiwassee Antique Mall today. You need to go by if you.
That's right there down the main drag in Hiwassee, right?
Yes, it is, but the colonial experience. But I am a big history guy. I love history. It just fascinates me, but. Anyway, he's from South Carolina, and he has been involved in this for a long time. So if y'all got any kind of questions about anything, especially, we had a lot of Indians in this area. That people don't realize, so many roads and places is named after Indians.
And look at Track Rock archaeology area out there.
So anyway, he's going to be up there live and in person. You can go by there and meet him and talk about him. But he has got, I think one of the things about how he talks about the how useful plants become medicine and different kind of stuff. Because back in the day, they used a lot of that stuff, for medicine that people has got away from now because I guess you can buy it at a drugstore.
Yeah, I guess convenient.
But there's still a lot of stuff out there, that you can actually take that is natural and healthy. And Packy, I'm not talking about marijuana. I'm talking about other stuff like. Yeah. Anyway, y'all go by and check him out. It's going to be really cool. Like I said, he has been on TV and everything else, and just lucky to have him up there. He's going to be there at 9:30 at Hiawassee Antique Mall. So especially if y'all are out there, you got your kids out, that'd be good for them to go by and talk to them and all that. But it's going to be really interesting. What do you got? What do you got? What we got?
Oh yeah. I got something to get to. Number one, the Andrews Wildcats play tonight. They're 13-0. They're taking on a very good football program. 12-1 drawn, and if Andrews wins, they're one game closer to that state championship. Again, undefeated Andrews Wildcats led by James Phillips, the head coach. We talk every week on the Mountain Scoreboard at 7:35, and we'll talk to him on Monday, win, lose, or draw. Also, Kyle Morlock, Union County High School graduate, alumni, graduated, I think, 2019 or 2021. 2020, actually. Yeah, 2020. He played 3 years at the Shorter University, and he put up some big numbers. He's now 6'7", 250 pounds, two-time All-American tight end, 11 career touchdowns. He entered the transfer portal for college football, and within 48 hours, he's been offered by Florida State University, University of Pittsburgh, NC State, University of Tennessee, LSU. The list goes on. Oklahoma, University of Kansas. This guy went to Union County High School. He's from Blairsville. Kyle Morlock. And pretty awesome stuff. 6'7", 250-pound tight end. And I'll never forget this. I was calling a game September 2nd, 2019, right here on WJRB.
Right.
And he had a big play against Monticello. Big play down the sideline. He stiff-armed like three kids, kept going forward, and I said, Kyle Morlock is a man among boys. And Kyle Morlock is definitely a man among boys. 6'7", 250, several D1 offers, and he'd be joining me on my podcast, The Chris Mathis Podcast, TCM_pod, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcast. Check it out, The Chris Mathis Podcast. We'll have him on in the next, I would say, 2 weeks, so be on the lookout, guys.
Golly, I'm going to have to start keeping up a little bit better, man. He's got it. I feel
yeah,
inferior.
I know, you got it, too.
Here.
I just live for sports. You don't live for sports. That's the only difference. So.
I know. 6 foot what?
6'7", 250.
I'm
Kyle
just sitting
Morlock.
here thinking, I know their mom and dad's proud of him, but
oh,
God,
yeah,
could you
Steve
imagine,
and Sue Ellen, great
could
people.
you imagine
feed him? I know. Thinking Thanksgiving, man.
I bet they're glad he gets moved
Hey,
out.
who
We
knows,
love you,
though?
man, but don't come back.
Hey, who
We're going to
knows?
support you, but golly.
If he plays good, he's got 2 years of eligibility left playing college football. So if he goes to a big school, dominates for a year or two, then enters for the NFL draft, he'll be paying his parent. He'll be hooking his parents up with some good food. So,
well, I bet.
yeah, I'd be paying all and giving him all the food I could, even if it cost me a little bit more than I hoped.
Yeah.
At his age, but 6'7", man, great guy too, Kyle Morlock. So
how old is this kid?
I think he's 20, 21 years old.
Wow.
No more than that. So really cool.
Well, that's great, man.
Yep,
right
no
out
doubt.
of Union County.
Right out of
Golly.
Blairsville.
Yep. So we got all these folks coming out. We got you out of Blairsville. We got Packy out of Blairsville.
Stephen Phillips out of Hiawassee, right?
Yeah, but here I said we got all these.
You said, man, you want an award, and this one's even better, man.
Oh yeah, I
Come
want an
on.
award. Yeah, I want an award. Yeah, we're using it for a doorstop.
No comment.
Man, let me tell you something, and this is all honesty. I mean, I'm going to put it out there. If they fire you when you get back down there for being on my show today, you're welcome here anytime.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Sounds good. Sounds good.
The door's open. You know?
All right, sounds great.
You get back down there, they're like, oh, we heard you on the morning dish. I don't think we need you no more.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
I appreciate
So
that.
you going back down Monday, or when you going to be back?
I'm headed back Sunday. The show gets back on air Monday, 3 to 7 p.m. So.
Well, hopefully we didn't wreck his career. So.
That's what I'm sitting here thinking.
No. Ronnie and T-Crash show. Awesome stuff, man. Really enjoyed it. Great guys.
But this has been great. Now, you're just right next to Ybor City, right?
Oh, yeah. Cigars. Yeah.
Yeah,
And Packy goes down that area every year. We got to coordinate there.
Well, I just figured maybe you brought a couple of cigars up for me, but obviously not.
Georgia
anyway,
Mountain Grading.
Oh, yeah, give Georgia Mountain Grading a call. They are local, owned, and operated. They can save you a lot of money. They great people, and like I said, they are a family business, which makes it all the difference in the world. Chris, thank you, Bubba. Good to see you, man.
Thank you, guys. Mountain Scoreboard Monday.
Y'all be good. We'll talk to you bright and early Monday morning.